Hello, little boys and girls. Today's story is entitled The Privilege Tree. The Privilege Tree. Well, there's this little boy called Johnny who spent every summer with his grandpa Paul. So every summer, Johnny would go to Grandpa Paul and have a great time in the country. One day, Johnny saw a whole lot of people sitting, standing, sleeping under this great big tree that had a lot of shade. So he asked Grandpa, he says, Grandpa Paul, why are all of those people under that tree in the shade? His grandpa said, oh, that's the privilege tree. Johnny says, why is it called that name? Grandpa said, it's because when you are under that tree, you can do whatever you want as long as you go back under the tree. Johnny got great ideas after he heard that. He just took off running. Grandpa said, where are you going? He says, I'm going to the privilege tree. So he went under the privilege tree. Then he came back to Grandpa and he said, oh, I can do whatever I want and go back under the privilege tree. So he went by the farm. He saw the little chickens run around and he started being mischievous with the chickens. He kicked them around, and as Grandpa started to speak to him, he ran back under the tree and said, I am staying under this privileged tree. As he got older, over the years, he went under the privileged tree again, and then from there, he went to the neighborhood store and began to steal candy. When the store owner came out to get him, he said, I'm going back under the privilege tree where I can do whatever I want. So the store owner let him go. The next summer, he went around there and the little boy, David, was riding his tricycle and his little bicycle. And Johnny went after him and pushed him off, and when the little David started to cry, he said, na 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 doo doo, daddy daddy woo woo, and he ran back under the privilege tree. So he kept on doing a lot of bad things and kept running back under the privilege tree. So he got older doing the same things. He went to school, big school, high school, and he did some of the same things. One time, he got into trouble. And as he got into trouble, they decided to put him away at another boarding school far away from his mom and dad and even Grandpa. So as he was leaving, he told Grandpa, but Grandpa, you never told me, you never stopped me. Grandpa Paul said, every time I opened my mouth, you would run back over to the privilege tree. So everybody was sad that he was going away to boarding school. But Grandpa was able to tell him, you see, Johnny, behind every privilege tree is a consequence tree. He said, Dad, Grandpa, what do you mean? What's a consequence tree? Grandpa said, behind every privilege tree is a consequence tree where there is no shade. The consequence tree goes straight up and down and no shade around. So Johnny asks his grandpa, even as he gets older, he says, "But Grandpa, why is that so?" Grandpa said, "For each privilege that you undertake, there is a consequence." The consequence means the results, something you have to live with after each privilege that you undertake. So that's why your consequences are exposed to everyone to see. So the lesson that Johnny learned was that for every privilege that he undertakes in life, there are consequences. And the consequences go straight up and down so everyone can see. Okay? Now, that's about the privilege that someone took the wrong way. Next time, we'll talk about someone who used the privilege tree to do great things. All right, see you next time. Bye.